everybody. Welcome to KPR Network. I'm your host, Rashonda Hayes, aka Ro. And I'm here with my wonderful co-host. What's up, y'all?
What's up, Ro? What's up, babe? How y'all doing? DJ Pudge, 55, all the way live.
That's right. What's up, Ro? What's happening, Pudge? It's your man, Oliver Baker, aka Bake Boogie, also known as Bake Nasty. Your mama's favorite stepdaddy. You dig? Hey, and we all got on black today. What's happening, y'all?
I know what's going on with that. We do. I was looking at that. I was like, you know what? We do all got on black. And yeah, you know, this weather's been crazy, y'all. It rained so hard yesterday. I didn't get out to do nothing. So this morning I was out getting stuff done. But y'all been good?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, we've been blessed. You know what, we got a chance to see our childhood friends, Chris and James and Sandy.
That's right.
All those guys, and it was real cool.
Yeah, it was a pleasure even talking to Sandy last week too. I really enjoyed that conversation with her, and I'm looking forward to connecting with her.
Yeah, we got some things, y'all, in the works.
Yeah, Sandy. Y'all, we do. So stay tuned. But yeah, let's jump right into the show today. We've got a few interesting topics and stuff that's going on. And so right now we want to first talk about energy, y'all. We want to tap into this thing called energy, and the energy, you know, we all are energy and we give off energy. And so Bake, you got a good something to tell the people about that.
Well, yeah, you know, I'm not going to read it here, but maybe we'll post it. Maybe Plus can post it. But it was just a reminder that, you know, because none of us are perfect, right? And every day we're striving to become perfect or a better individual than we were yesterday. And a lot of times within that process, you may have people close to you or family members who aren't necessarily on that same path as you. And just because they're going through something, or maybe they might want to drag you into it, just because you love them, you're not obligated to follow down their path, you know?
Yeah.
And so you do have a voice, right? Even sometimes you may not even be able to find your voice, but you can take some kind of action and remove yourself just so that, you know, because remember, you're responsible for you. No one else is responsible for you. But a lot of times in our families, we may get lost in the mix, you know. So it was just like a little reminder just to say, hey, you know, you're not necessarily who your family is, or what is that, like, you know, bad traits you may have picked up. Like you can decide who and where and how you want to do your thing at any given moment. So that's what that was about. Protect your energy.
Protect your energy, y'all. I'm a firm believer that we don't belong to our families. We don't belong to anybody. We belong to ourselves. We belong to our creator, you know, and but a lot of times family sometimes will make you feel guilty, y'all, when you don't want to be a part of certain things and you don't want to talk about certain things. You don't want to you don't even want to agree with certain things, you know, because they just don't resonate. And maybe we had to agree when we were little, but then we grow up and we have our own minds, our own opinions, and we perceive life through our own lenses. You know, we're wired different. And, you know, have y'all heard about people saying that before you came here, you chose your family? Have you guys ever heard that? I've heard people say that, you know, you chose your mom. How? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's something that I've heard in certain spiritual communities. You know what I mean? But I don't believe that. Actually, I recently heard this brother, y'all, on TikTok. He said, if you look at your family, he said, if they weren't your family, ask yourself, would you have anything to do with them? Certain individuals, whether it was your parents, your siblings, cousins, aunts. He was like, if you just met them somewhere and they were not your family, would you even have anything to do with them? Like, would you become friends with them? Right? That's deep, right? That's when you think about that. Because in certain people, it's like, yeah, no. But then some might be like, yeah, this
Yeah.
person, because our energies match. So
that's real. But the number one key is when we're related, we'll say just talk about the blood community of us. You don't, just because of your blood doesn't mean you have to be the punching bag.
right.
You don't gotta, because a lot of people do that. They'll go and take punches thinking that, okay, I'm doing it for my cousin, I'm doing it for my uncle, I'm doing it for, no.
Right.
Protect your energy.
Yeah.
Because you keep doing that, those are the ones who in the family end up with cancer.
Man.
Them, not the ones that was bitching and moaning.
Yeah.
The one that was being the punching bag.
Yeah. And then you keeping it in and you just going along with that.
Yep. And you're not letting that out because you don't have you're not doing any meditation. You're not doing any walking, going out, grounding, getting your feet in the ground. You're not doing none of that. So you're just holding it in, not releasing it. And guess what it does? It's carcinogenic. It eats you away. It eats you away. I promise you, it eats you away.
That's deep, y'all. That's deep. Yeah. So that's a good one, Bake. What you just said, Pudge, protect. We really do. We have to protect our energy. And, just because we family, that don't mean, because people say, oh, but it's your mom. Oh, but it's your dad. Oh, but it's and it's like, so?
I mean, it's true. You gotta be selfish.
Yeah.
That's where you gotta be selfish.
It's self-preservation to me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, people think that word selfish is a bad word, but
no,
you gotta protect yourself.
You gotta protect yourself.
Look out for you. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so speaking on that, just talking about energy, this stuff going on with Jaguar Wright, y'all, and just everything that's going on with her right now. First of all, I started hearing things about Jaguar Wright earlier. Well, actually, I was about to say earlier this year, but we're in 2023 now. So in 2022, I started hearing a lot of things about her. And she basically was just coming for people, basically exposing people in the industry. And I didn't know how, true everything was. I don't know where she's coming from. She seemed kind of bitter to me, like she's angry about some people and their fame, and maybe she didn't get the same thing. I don't know. But
I think she's angry, but I think she's angry for the reason of like how I guess how I was angry in the industry as a DJ. When you work so hard to be, the straight and narrow, and then you get into the industry and you see the crookedness, it can make you bitter. Because I was bitter at one point. There was a point where I was a bitter DJ. I was, because it was just like, dude, why that motherfucker? I was one of those. Why that motherfucker? But then I had to come to, again, doing my shadow work, doing my work. I had to come to that notion that fuck them.
Yeah.
What does it matter? Be me, do me, ride in my lane, and where I end up is where I end up, and I can't get nobody mad at nobody but me.
She seemed to have been making a name for herself, though, now on this whole exposing everybody. Because a lot of people, I don't necessarily remember her song, any of her music. Do you guys?
Yeah, I remember some of her music. She was, she comes out of the Roots camp. But one of the things that is the problem is that she clearly has a mental illness of some sort. And once again, here we go with the capitalizing off of people's sickness, because they're going to say some crazy, outlandish things. Now, she may have had some of these things done to her, like, relationships, abuse, drug abuse, being abandonment, being, so a lot of these things may be true, but I do believe some of these stories have been embellished a little bit, because, over time, especially when people pass away or when people remove themselves from that situation, stories can seem to grow a little bit and become more dynamic than what they originally were. But yeah, I believe this lady, and bless her heart, because I seen the video where she was out there and the husband was fighting with the cousin or something like that. But she seems really disturbed, and you know, again, like, you know, I've seen Tasha K and other platforms interview this woman and get paid again off of someone who's clearly sick.
Well, yeah, well, this guy, I think who she was fighting with, she was fighting with her husband, but the guy's name is Solar, and Solar was somebody she was supposedly having relationships with outside of her marriage.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, now I'm not saying that actually was the guy, but the husband ended up finding
there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, the husband found out, and it's just been all bad. And then you see her on the ground getting handcuffed, and I'm like, damn, why does sister have to go out like that? You know what I mean? And you know, but then even that guy Solar was taking advantage of Jaguar Wright's mental state, because there's videos that, you know, have surfaced. I don't know if they're still up, but they surfaced because she took her son's ashes and put them on her face. But now he's sitting there recording the shit. You know what I'm saying? Why do we feel like when we see somebody down and struggling, we think that that's the moment to break out the phone and record what they're going through
to go viral?
Yeah. You know, you're exposing somebody that you should be protecting, that you should be covering. You understand what I'm saying?
No, but people have the viral, they got the viral bug. Everything's got to go viral. I took a big old dookie. Let me see you go viral. You know, like
yeah. You know, it's sad how we play on each other's pain. I ain't gonna say we, but people. You know,
that's right.
There's people out there that play on each other's pain, and they can't wait for the moment to, you know, expose and put that out there and say, look at this person, you know what, and it's just, we didn't need to see that, y'all. That was a moment that clearly she was going through something. You know what I'm saying? With her son, who his ashes on her face, we didn't need to see that. Nobody needed to see that. You know, and there was some other videos where she was talking about some things, and he's just like on the sideline making, you know, faces, smirking, and it's like, that's not love.
You know, that's not love.
That's not love.
There you go.
Which it reminds me about another lady that I'm just like, you know, she's got a lot of hits, and it kind of makes me upset with this internet or whatever culture. Is Black China Mama. You know, I saw Black China Mama. She was cussing out some man, telling him to get out of her house. You know, the people in the chat is cheering her on. Then he leaves. Now she's calling him all kind of B words and all this other stuff. But it's this behavior. This woman is our age. I know she got to be our age, right? Black China Mama. And she's up there. I mean, the curse show, you know, she could put a class on how to dehumanize another person. You know what I mean? You know, she can run the class. You know what I'm saying? And it just goes to show who benefits from it.
Right.
Because we lose, because all we get is a lesson in how to tear down another person. That person loses because we don't respect the way that they're engaging with other people. So if they don't respect them, how could they respect us? So it's just bad all the way around when it comes to this type of behavior, public public actions. You know what I'm saying?
But again, it goes back to it also being energy. This is the energy that people are giving out to each other.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying?
And we don't know what type of mental health is passing through these individuals.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That energy, you know?
Right.
Because some people can't handle it, Ro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know I've been emotional the past few weeks. Anything will make me tear up, right? So I could imagine in that emotional state when someone does something in a harmful way to me. You
Yeah,
know what's gonna happen.
I get what you No,
Yeah.
but that's true. That's true. It's like you know, we've been emotional. Yeah, like the other day, me and Bake, you know, Chris, you know, we were out there, you know, we all out there crying. You know, what if somebody else came out there with a phone and just like,
Yeah,
didn't
and they
say
would have
nothing.
turned the story all the way around, not even telling the real story or what's really
Exactly.
going on. They would have
These are
created some
happy
type of
tears.
narrative.
Yeah, these are happy tears, not
Happy
tears
Yeah.
of
tears.
fear. Yeah, yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, so you know, it's really important that we are careful who we align ourselves with. You know what I'm saying? And even it's so important, y'all, because there are certain connections that I've ended in my life and can still feel people's energy. That's how strong energy is.
That's right.
You can be done with a person and still feel that energy that they gave to you that was maybe negative. You know what I'm saying? Or mean.
It feels like a weight bogging down on you, don't it, Ro?
Yes,
Hey,
yes.
talk to them, Pudge. Tell them where they can find us.
Yes, yes. You can find us on Instagram at _KPR Network. And then you can find us on this station on YouTube at KPR Network. And then if you guys want to drop us a line, we're at the KPR Network on gmail.com.
That's right.
So,
Thank
sorry
you,
to cut you off, Ro, but we was running
No,
down.
it's all
I'm
good.
wait.
No, it's all good. We needed to get that out to the people anyway. But yeah, so y'all can protect your energy. So moving on, there's another situation that took place in San Diego, in a city called Santee, where this woman, and it's been out there, her video's probably gone viral at this point. She was basically telling her story that she was at the YMCA and she was in the shower and it was a transgender in there in the shower. And this person who's a trans, who obviously was a man, is transferring to being a woman, but still had his penis. And she saw this and she goes on talking about how she's brought her 5-year-old sister or niece or whoever there. I can't recall if she said sister or niece, but you know, her 5-year-old family member who has also been in them same showers and could have seen this. And the people at the Y said that this person, this transgender, they have a right to shower wherever they want. I personally feel like, and this may trigger some people, I just feel like, look, do what you do. You want to be a transgender, do what you do. But I feel like if you have not fully transferred, you are a man, you want to be a woman, but you have not you're not fully, when you still have your male parts there. Shower with the men. That's just my, you know, because why do I or a child need to be subject to this? And what kind of world are we living in where that's okay? It was just like when everything was coming out, and now they have the bathrooms where all genders can go in one bathroom, one restroom, you know, in the grocery store, in the restaurant. You know, no, I was always against that. Men should go in the men's restroom, women should go in the women. But if you consider yourself transgender, and you still, for one, if you consider yourself transgender and you may look like a woman outwardly, you may dress like a woman outwardly, but you know you still have that male piece, go in the stalls, which in the women's bathroom anyway, they have stalls. They don't have those urinals right there, like how in the male, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, there's no more privacy and there's no more protection. And it seems like this world is just like an agenda, like they're just pushing that and they want to make it okay. What if her 5-year-old niece or sister or daughter or anybody else's child would have been in there taking showers and saw that person's penis?
Yeah. They want to make it New Babylon. They want to make this New Babylon. That's all. This is what Babylon was back in the day. It was this all over the place. That's why it had to be destroyed. We're in the same thing. It's like, come on, people. It's like nobody should be seeing that as a like a little girl walks in there and come on. I agree with you. Go bathe with the guys. Go bathe with the guys until you are fully transferred over. Don't do that.
Listen, just so we clear here at KPR Network, we have no racial biases. We have no, we're not against transgender. This is not what this is about. This is about protecting our children and just doing what's right.
And I'm going to say this also because I agree with Ro, and that she gives our sentiment fully, and we back her up on that 100%. This is not only just about doing what's right, but it's also about protecting you, the transgender, because in the midst of you thinking that you're going to do what you want to do, it can cause more harm than solving any problems. So if we're all trying to solve and figure out and get problems solved, right? So, right. We have to do what's best for the general public, not just what's best for me or for you we have to do what's best for the general public. And the best thing, I think, like Rose said, in Pud said, in this situation, as long as you have a male attaching part, then you need to go where the men go, what I'm saying, until that's rectified. But there's no hate on what you want to do with your body or anything like that. But what we're talking about is how we can function in a society, with these new set of standards, right? With these new set of
not just this just live with it mentality.
Well, it's crazy because it's almost like the powers that be, like the powers that were there running the show at the Y that this woman went to. They wouldn't even let the woman's father called up there and wanted to speak to the manager, and they wouldn't even allow that.
Coward culture.
So it's like, protect this transgender person, but what about protecting everybody else who felt some kind of way?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they don't have the answers and they don't know how to solve these issues. But like we said, the best way to solve it is by setting the rules. So you got to set rules. Proper rules, right?
Yeah.
And once you set the proper rule, right, then there is no argument, right? But that's where YMCA comes into fault, because they're playing both, and you can't do that. You have to have a definitive standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't try to appease this group, try to appease that group. No, it's got to be straight down the line.
That's what's happening, though, you guys. I to me personally, I just see certain groups, the world trying to appease certain groups, and then other groups are taking a hit. You know what I mean? Their opinions don't matter anymore because everything is about, we got to protect this particular group or that, or these particular group of people. But what about everybody else? Everybody needs protection. We all need to be respected, but we have to also give that respect. You know what I'm saying? And to me, the transgender, what respect were they giving?
Not much, especially to that child.
No, I mean, and the child, she didn't say the child was in there, but she did say that she had brought her 5-year-old family member. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It didn't happen that time, but it could happen another time, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
I know we ran out of time, but can we talk about the PP man real quick?
I was just about to say. I was just about to say, y'all, this guy Kevin Gates recently was online talking about he's into the waterworks, water sports when having sex and all of that kind of stuff, y'all. And listen, what you do in your bedroom, if you into that, hey, I ain't knocking that. That's what you into. But why does it have to be told on TV?
I don't know. Hey, Pudge, I know you done peed on a couple people. Tell us about
Oh
it.
no. 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 No.
Listen, why do you have to put it online? Why?
Hey, man.
Everything is about shock value now, right? Or what can I say? Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Do you think that he did it for shock value? Or do you think that this guy, because he even has before talked about sleeping with family members.
He's another traumatic kid that's had a bad he's got a lot of stuff going on in his head, he don't need to be saying all that. It's not shock value with him. I don't think it's shock value. I think he really means what he means.
You do? And you know what?
I
bet you his chick thing went up. I bet you. And he's talking nasty, like talking about drinking people's pee. But I bet you women are more engaged with Kevin Gates because he's talking so nasty.
He's talked about doing it in the booty. He's talked about everything. He's out there. I believe him though.
I think the thing that's
you
happening
believe?
now,
I don't believe him. I believe him.
The thing that's happening now, you guys, with the internet is that people are just coming on here saying things that just don't need to be said. We don't need to know about your personal sex life, what you got going on. Yeah. But that's the world we live in today, though, right? Mm-hmm. Where anything and everything goes, just like in Babylon, like you said, Pudge, earlier, it's Babylon all over. Anything and everything goes. And, kids could be watching that stuff too. Because it's not like it's coming on after midnight. And these days, you got some kids that stay up after midnight now.
That's right.
People don't put their kids to bed no more at 8 or 9 o'clock. How we was growing up. And so how I did with my kids. So
now Kevin Gates going to have 14, 15, 16-year-old little boys thinking it's cool to drink pee, thinking it's cool to pee on my little daughter, because they're listening to their idol and their idol is saying this is cool. So that's why I'm saying, like, what are we doing?
Some things need to stay private. That's what you own. Do you? But it should not be put out there for people to see and people to talk about. I mean, we're talking about it now, but we're talking about it because this is something we're actually against.
Yeah.
We ain't promoting this stuff. We're not praising it at all. This is foul to talk about it. You want to believe it's that's your thing, which how you get out in your room. But why do you have to come on a show and then that show is aired on the internet,
the general
public, or whatever?
Like general, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just that's not cool.
Hey, or maybe we just old, bro. Maybe we just old, bro. We don't know what these new kids is doing these days. You know what I'm talking about?
I ain't that old.
Maybe so. I just say, freaky is freaky, but keep it to yourself. Please. Keep it to yourself, y'all.
Please. And because if you're doing stuff like that, you can't get in my car. You can't touch my doorknobs. You don't ask for a sip. What else could you do? There's a whole lot of stuff you can't do. If you my friend.
But listen, it's one thing too to have someone do that on you, but to drink it, do you know the stuff? It's like what?
bragging on it, bro.
You don't even know what's in that person's system in there.
I love it.
What did you say, Pudge? It's blood. It's
filtered. It's when you eat and everything. It's filtered blood. That's what pee is. It's filtered blood. So instead of it coming out, red, it comes out yellow.
Ain't no nutrients in that.
Ain't no nutrients. You ever talking about I love it when a girl does that. It's like, shut up, fool. Stop.
Wow. Well, that's our time, y'all, at KPR Network. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let us know what you guys think about these topics. Hit us up on our Instagram and our email on our YouTube page and let us know, and then shout out to just everybody out there working on themselves and trying to protect their energy and trying to elevate higher, because that's what we need to do. Love is the highest frequency. So let's get back to love. Peace, everybody. Until next time.
Peace.